Our further reading for this week is Adam Smith's Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of the Wealth of Nations. You're going to have to do something from the further reading list. We're going to ask you to write a paper on what you read from it toward the end of the semester. And all of you should try to see if you can get into Smith's Wealth of Nations. It's not for everybody. He is speaking to us across 2.5 centuries, and he was a weird dude even for his time. But for some of you, the book will sing, you will get into it. There is lots of snark there. Read slowly, and it can be quite funny and quite lively, and it can be, if it strikes you correctly, very, very wise. If you are among those who can hear its message, you owe it to yourselves to read it. And now, with your copious spare time early in the spring semester, is a good time to do so. And he is witty and snarky. For example, consider the setup to one of his most famous passages, in which he writes that this propensity to enter into gift exchange relationships is common to all men and to be found in no other race of animals. He then digresses to explain how animals behave. When an animal wants to obtain something, it has no other means of persuasion but to gain the favor of those whose service it requires, etc. Then comes the first punchline. Man sometimes uses the same arts with his brethren, and you're supposed to be flashed to an image of a human being sitting down like a dog, rolling over, begging for supper, while someone seated at the table, busy with their own affairs, looks on. He extends the metaphor and asks us to think about human beings endeavoring by every servile and fawning attention to obtain the goodwill of others. And then comes the snark. We don't do this because it's undignified. We do this because we don't have time, because it doesn't work, because we couldn't successfully beg through enough people, enough substance for us to get everything we need. And thus the point. We need the help of others, and it's vain for us to expect it from begging or from their benevolence only. We expect benevolence, we do beg, but it can't be all of what we do. Then he is off and running with his argument, and then is where the book becomes truly wise. He concludes with a pile driver. The fact that we have to use market exchange, that we have to buy and sell in order to obtain what we need for our daily lives, is true of everybody, even of beggars. Beggars don't beg for what they want right now or what they need to survive the week. Beggars beg for money with which they then go and buy the stuff that they really need. So if you do find time to read Smith slowly with attention, and you do let him pull your mind example by example to where he wants your mind to go, it can be a great experience. Among economists, Adam Smith is equaled only by John Maynard Keynes, although Paul Krugman is almost as good as either.